the protection challenges of persons with disabilities in conflict and post-conflict. Persons with disabilities are highly vulnerable in conflict due to the multitude of challenges that they face. And there are three typical barriers that persons with disabilities face. They face barriers in the environment, they face barriers regarding communication, and they face barriers as far as attitudes of other persons are concerned. Now, during conflict, all of these barriers are exacerbated, and there are some incredibly practical problems for persons with disabilities in conflict, such as having difficulty fleeing from violence as attacks may be happening on civilians. The problems faced by persons with disabilities, this is not an issue that is small in number. Just because persons with disabilities are largely invisible in society, also in our society, doesn't mean that they are not there. It is generally estimated that 15% of the general population has a disability. This rate is significantly higher in conflict zones because conflict is, of course, also a cause of disability. We read about casualty numbers, persons killed in certain incidents and persons injured. Those persons injured, they, in many cases, continue their lives as persons with disabilities. And of course, as I mentioned before, persons with disabilities are disproportionately affected by conflict. Even more affected are women and girls with disabilities. They are at particular risk of violence and also of sexual violence. It may seem hard to believe, but persons, women and girls with disabilities are at the higher risk because many times perpetrators believe that they will get away with sexual violence against women and girls with disabilities because nobody will believe the victim. So this is a problem that is understudied and needs urgent attention by humanitarian actors and also by the Security Council. And if you compare this issue to the attention the Security Council has given to protection of women and girls in conflict, just compare the different levels of attention. We have had so much policy debate, women, peace and security, and so on the challenges of women and girls in conflict. And we're actually struggling to say new things in those debates. Now, when it comes to persons with disabilities in conflict, the issue has barely been discussed by the Council. There is a gaping hole on this issue. And respectfully, Mr. President, my delegation would call on the Security Council to start building a ramp over that gaping hole. Thank you.